Oluwo, I'm Philip Neimark, the founder of the IFA Foundation International. I'd like to welcome you to the next iteration of the weekly Ifascope. The weekly Ifascope, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is an in-depth, kind of magnified view of the events that are going to happen, A, and B, more important, the energy necessary to maximize their productivity in the coming week. Now, different events are going to happen to different people. Everybody's not going to get a new job, and everybody's not going to get fired from their current one. Babies aren't going to be conceived. Children aren't going to get married. All kinds of things are going to happen. But the energy, that with which you must deal with the events, both anticipated and totally unanticipated, is your decision. And too often we utilize the decision-making process of habit to guide our life. In other words, almost everybody viewing this today has a predisposition for responding to those events which are new and sometimes frightening and sometimes exciting, etc. Sometimes we will react to them aggressively, sometimes passively, sometimes with, hiding our head, and sometimes with trumpeting it to our friends. But each and every one of us, for this week, will benefit from following the energy of Oluwo, that energy of the universe which has seen events for thousands of years. I would venture to say every possible kind of event with every possible kind of an outcome, and therefore knows those areas where we should be responding. Rely upon your knee-jerk responses, or are you going to take the advice of the universe with tens of millions of examples of events and how they worked out? My bet, of course, would be bet on the universe. Your decision will reflect that which you get or do not get from the abode that we're about to look at. And this week, the abode is very interesting because it's Otura Meiji on both sides of the equation. We find the Otura, a sign of staying calm, staying clear, being empathetic, listening to other people's problems and concerns and or thoughts. And then, after they have brought those to the table, bringing ours to the table, at which point they're likely to be listened to. And the neat thing is that the energy comes strongly arrayed. And it comes arrayed with a very interesting sign because it's Hiroshima B. It's a sign of correct thinking and values in our everyday side. And the Big Bang Theory, endless opportunities are awaiting us emotionally and spiritually. And the likelihood of the area being reflected in this is success. And keep in mind that success means different things to different people. Success for most of you, or at least a lot of you, is going to be, oh, I'm going to make some money, or my investments will do well, or I'm going to get a job, or that kind of a thing. But to other people, success has other meanings. If you're a poet, you would like to write a really good poem. If you're a photographer, you would like to see something framed for you to take a shot of. So the idea is don't be totally committed to success meaning money, because success to the Yoruba people meant success as a human being, success in life. Should mean that to you too. At any rate, the offering is to Shango. And that makes sense too, because Shango is about a correct strategy that we must reach to put this into place. Suggesting, of course, that perhaps staying calm, letting other people have their word, biting our tongue and waiting till they're done to bring our views to the table may not exactly be second nature to us. But Shango indeed will help us do it. And we should give Shango liquor as the embo. If you have Shango, or bring down a representation of Shango, light a small white candle, pray to Shango to give you the discipline, the insight to go forward with this, and then take perhaps vodka, perhaps rum, perhaps beer, any kind of liquor, and place it before Shango and explain that the happiness that you hope that it brings to him will be equal to the happiness that it brings to you and to your family. Until next week, love and blessings.